Welcome back to Mass Appeal. Holidays are expensive, but sentimental gifts can be inexpensive, and oftentimes they're better. Lisa Berezin's a local quilter, and she's here to show us how easy quilting can really be. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be here with you, Seth.
You've brought a plethora of quilts that you've done over the years, kind of as you've developed as a quilter. So we have over here three kinds of quilts. A photo quilt, which you take photos and you kind of weave them into a quilt. And they're great for memories and all that good stuff. And then we have a t-shirt quilt, which we've been doing recently actually on the show. Now, how do you make one of those?
The t-shirt quilts are very simple. We do have to, unfortunately, cut the t-shirt. So
but a lot of people, I'm sorry. Yeah, but a lot of people have so many t-shirts in their closet
that they're welcome to say, use them.
Exactly, and you part with the ones that might mean a lot to you, but you're always going to keep them immortalized in a quilt.
We use something on the back to stabilize it, and we work it into the quilt as best as our patron wishes them to be. You know, we use big pieces and small pieces. This is a t-shirt quilt that's going to be used to fight Fanconi anemia, an illness that's a childhood illness and adulthood illness that will be used for
you know, for years and years to come. So it's nice because these are always immortalized. And this quilt I really enjoy. It's a memory quilt.
That's a memory quilt that was made for my son for his bar mitzvah, and we sent out blocks to everyone that had been involved in his life, from his pediatrician, through his teachers, through any friend that he had had. And it's 13 years old. I won't embarrass him by telling him how old the quilt is now.
But rest assured, it's older and it's no worse for wear.
No, it's made it through very well. And what we did was just say, you know, make a memory of, write a memory of anything that you think of that highlights his life so far, or that you'd like to highlight in the future that you'd like him to think about. And we kept it very broad for people. We sent out the markers that we're highlighting today, just Sharpies, and it's been washed a million times. I wasn't a professional quilter at the time. I certainly didn't have the kind of mechanics that I have at the time.
And now you do, which is great. So this is something that you weren't a pro at before. Now you're a pro, but everyone can do something like this. So now we're going to teach
any
people
mom
how
and
they
dad
can
do it at the time.
So how do we get started? We need to have something like this that people can write on. This is a square.
This is white fabric. I've backed it with wax paper and just ironed it on. It's actually from the supermarket. It just goes on. It doesn't leave a residue. If it does, it doesn't matter because it goes to the back of your quilt. It gives a little bit of substance. I've lined it with 1/4 of an inch, which is a quilter's dream seam allowance, which I'm sure you've heard about from Valerie Morton from Quilts and Treasures very much.
And then from there you can personalize it however you'd like. We have Sharpies here, we have markers, stamps.
I have rubber stamps and a rubber stamper that's washable. I have cookie cutters, which you can trace around. You do not have to be an artist to say, we decided early on we were going to say happy holidays or season's greetings to somebody. I'm a very superstitious person, so we're not going to have a holiday greeting to somebody that we've maybe lost early on. So we're going to say season's greetings to somebody and move forward in that way.
Perfect.
So Mass Appeal is perfect.
We can do a Mass Appeal swatch. It's going to be quick and easy. So now
I'm going to move you over to the machine, and again, we're working with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so I'm going to switch this square.
Do I need protective gloves or eyewear? I'm not good with these sewing machines.
I'm not sure.
I hope I don't.
I can't swear to it.
So we line up the quilt square.
Well, I have a 1/4 of an inch foot in here.
And you've lined it up with a piece of fabric, because on all of these, one of the constants is the border. You have the image and then you have a border around it.
Yep, and I just highlight it with whatever colors the people, you know, a lot of times I plant the seed of thought in the people that I work with, if they want to go ahead and work with a memory quilt, and I've never had a family say no. It's just where they are in their grief process. I'm going to let you go ahead and sew.
Okay.
And this is a 1/4 inch foot, so if you stay in line with that.
You follow the line, and I press, there's a button behind me that I'm pushing.
Can't possibly go wrong.
No, you would be surprised. Now, how do I go quickly, slowly?
You do whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm going to go quickly because why not?
Yep.
Am I doing it correctly?
You're doing it correctly.
I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. Hey, Ashley, is she impressed?
I actually just went with.
Oh, what happens when it's at the end? What happens when it's at the end?
Then you stop.
Oh.
Well, but you're not at the end.
Okay. I have to turn the corner?
No, you're just going to go ahead and stop. You're not at the end.
All the way off?
Yep, all the way off to the end. There you go. And now we're gonna stop. So I just went on a quilter retreat with some women and men, and I have to tell you, this was the first time in all my years going on a retreat where we had 2 men joining us.
See, quilting's for everyone.
They added a flavor that we hadn't had in the past, and quilting is for everybody.
I think maybe quilting is for me, and maybe it's for everybody out there. Thank you so much for stopping by today. There it is. I made a quilt. Well,
anybody
the beginning
can do
of a
it.
quilt. Lisa, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.